Several years ago, a phenomenal writer named Debbie signed up for my conscious writing program called Excavate Your Truth, Free Your Voice. Now, Debbie didn't think of herself as a phenomenal writer. In fact, at the time, she said, it never occurred to me that I might possess a strong voice. Debbie is not alone. Every time I teach Excavate Your Truth, Free Your Voice, I ask the question, how many of you have ever felt like you didn't have a voice? And inevitably, every hand in the room or in our online chat room goes up. Hi, I'm Marilyn Bousquin, founder of Writing Women's Lives Academy, and I used to be one of those raised hands. You see, when I was an undergraduate in the mid-1980s, one of my creative writing professors announced in front of the entire class that a story I had written didn't have a voice. You can have all the energy of Tolstoy, he said, waving my manuscript around in the air, but if you don't have a voice, you're not a writer. Well, I left college convinced that I didn't have a voice, but I couldn't shake that impulse, that urge to write. So in order to pursue my writing dream, I set out to find my voice, and this quest led me on a conscious writing journey that transformed my life. You see, on some level, I must have known that the issue of voice had something to do with my identity as a female. So in addition to studying the craft of writing, I also studied women's literary history, women's psychological development, and women's literature. And I convened women's writing groups, which I called the Phenomenals, in honor of the late, great Maya Angelou, and I led women's support groups. So I listened to women's stories both on the page and off the page in our writing circles. And what I learned was that a woman's voice derives from her sense of self and how she views her subjects, the subjects of her unique life experience, which comprise her core writing material. Well, it turned out that my professor had been wrong. I had had a voice all along, but self-doubt about my writing and my own core material, which was inherently female. You know, that story that my professor deemed voiceless was about a girl with anorexia, and those doubts had disconnected me from my voice. So ultimately, I came to realize that I didn't need to find my voice. I needed instead to free my voice from the internalized messages that my subject or my experience as a female was not worthy of literature. So after earning my MFA in creative writing with a focus on memoir, and after founding Writing Women's Lives Academy, I created a program called Excavate Your Truth, Free Your Voice, a 3-month conscious writing program for women who are done with silence. In this program, you'll free your voice, claim your truth, and access that story that you've been culturally conditioned to hide. You'll write beneath silencing and discover the truth of who you are in writing and in life. And that's exactly what happened for Debbie in Excavate Your Truth, Free Your Voice. Week after week, her writing took her deeper into her core subject, and her voice emerged onto the page. And as her confidence soared, her relationship to her writing and to herself deepened. And here's what Debbie says about her experience in Excavate Your Truth, Free Your Voice. Marilyn's class helped me to realize that it's okay to let my writing be informed by who I am and how I respond to what I've experienced. I saw that any uncertainty I had around my writing wasn't because of a lack of ideas, but that at some level I thought writing about my experiences would seem self-centered or wallowing in the past. Marilyn opened my eyes to unspoken but powerful social taboos for women, how women express themselves. Her class was a safe and empowering place to plow through them. I'm now certain that I'm entitled to tell my stories because they are my life. This is a big turnaround for me. So by signing up for Excavate Your Truth, Free Your Voice, Debbie embarked on a conscious writing journey that rekindled her writing dream and transformed her life. She went on to take my course, Craft Your Truth, Claim Your Voice, and from there she enrolled in my one-on-one Transform Your Writing, Transform Your Life mentoring program. And Debbie continues to hone her craft, claim her truth, and free her voice, all because she said yes to Excavate Your Truth, Free Your Voice. So if you're ready for a conscious writing journey that transforms your writing and your life, If you're ready to make sense of your life experiences as a female and begin to shape those experiences into an artistic expression, and if 2017 is your time to claim your voice, then I invite you to grab a spot in Excavate Your Truth, Free Your Voice. We begin on January 10th, 2017, and if you jump in before the end of 2016, midnight December 31st, then you can register at the early bird rate. You'll find a link to the registration page below. And if you have any questions about registration or about this program, email me at marilyn@writingwomenslives.com and I'll get back to you. So here's to reclaiming your voice in 2017. And remember, someone out there needs to read the story that you need to write.